And sometimes you're like, oh, what? That doesn't make sense. That was not as powerful that time, but now it's more powerful now. Or what, you can hurt him now, but you couldn't before. Hello everybody, it's the Gringo Scott bringing you another daily dose of movie reviews and life lessons. Today we'll be looking at the 2020 DC animated feature, Superman, the Man of Tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe if you like your daily dose of movie reviews and life lessons every day. Start your day out right. Now, without further ado, let's step into Superman, Man of Tomorrow. This is from the Internet Guy. Young Clark Kent works as an intern at the Daily Planet while learning how to save the city of Metropolis. Well, however, it's a little bit more than that. It's, let's say Superman was born in the year 2000 or late 90s, so he's a modern character. He moves to the city. He's never even fought a supervillain yet. He does have all his powers, but he just got a job at the Daily Planet. He's an intern. Lois Lane, for example, she just got hired as a full-time reporter. She was an intern before. So that's kind of like where it's at. It's literally his creation story in Metropolis, being a 2020 time period where he's a young man in modern time, and how he deals with fighting the monsters that come and aliens that are coming suddenly that he's never dealt with before. And that's the general summary of this one, guys. On this one, this is a quote. These DC movies are often full of like deeper meaning things, and one that came up. His father, Clark Kent's father, his papa, he said, "The world is dangerous and unforgiving. If you're different or special, you have two options. You can either meet it head on and accept the consequences, or you can keep your head down and accept the consequences. There is no wrong choice, but you have to make one." So this definitely reminds me of what I would call a serenity prayer. And it's pretty much, higher power of your choice, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The point of that is, you always have things you can do, not do things unless you think you can do, but you can do something in a situation, but you can't choose to just lay down. Neither choice is wrong, but you gotta do something. You either lay down or do something. So it made me think of that one. I thought that was cool. I was like, yeah, that's definitely true. Sometimes your choice is to sit and do nothing in a situation and wait and observe and get more information. But whatever the choice, you gotta do something. But that's what this movie highlighted for me and reminded me of. Overall opinion of this movie, the power levels that he has, the other guys have and stuff like that, and how it works with the monster. The big monster, the big evil monster, could have been a little bit better balanced. I really would have liked, I've seen, I can't remember what, but I have seen a show that said, you know what, we're going to have a fight scene with these two characters, and we're going to set up like D&D, and we're going to take off hit points, stuff like that, so it's more realistic how it would go with the damage. Like, okay, well, this weapon does this amount of damage. And they didn't do that, and sometimes you're like, oh, what, that doesn't make sense. That was not as powerful that time, but now it's more powerful now, or what, you can hurt him now, but you couldn't before. There wasn't a lot of negative things to say about it, but that's, I guess, if I'm to be nitpicky, that kind of bugged a little bit, but didn't really affect the overall feeling of the movie. The fighting was really well done. I mean, we're talking about very detailed animation, very cool fighting. Superman's definitely the underdog a lot, but he keeps fighting, but not always the underdog. They sure outclass him. I mean, that poor Clark Kent man, or Superman, he doesn't know what he's getting into when he gets to Metropolis and things start attacking him. You have to be Iron Will up here, and it definitely highlights that, and I think that was pretty cool. I also like this creation story because he got to the city. A lot of times creation stories release the original movies. And you get to the city and then the music would play and it's happily ever after. Yeah, we know he's successful. But this one was clever. This one said, well, he obviously has growing pains in the city too. Let's explore that. And even the way they defeat the main threat, which is a kind of a common theme kind of creature that can happen in a lot of movies. But it's a really clever way that they managed to defeat him.
Oh, that's clever. I like that, guys.
The music and sound design, guys, really well done. A lot of these DC animated things, these people who work on this, I think maybe they're so good because you don't have a bunch of corporate people with their opinions on how to do things when they don't know what they're talking about. I don't know, but man, these movies, the sound's amazing, acting's amazing. The sound's so well done that I don't notice the sound. I just notice the effects that the music and sound is doing to me. I compare it to a sitcom. Most sitcoms I think are kind of crappy. I don't like the laugh track. It drives me nuts. It pulls me out like, don't tell me when to laugh.
I don't like it. Tell me when I need to laugh.
Sometimes I'll get a sitcom that's actually funny, and then I don't notice the laugh track, and it adds to it. But most of the time it doesn't. But this one's like that with the music. I literally didn't notice the music. I just was like, boy, I'm getting intense. And no. It's like, it's the music adding to it. Like, wow, really well done. Great on that aspect. Holy moly. Cool story with an enemy, truly not rated G movie. For sure. For sure. They even take risks of known characters and do things you would not expect. It's just like, what's going on? What's going to happen? I honestly didn't know what was going to happen. I felt the anxiety that Superman would have felt. I felt like, wow, if I were Superman in this situation, I'd be like, holy smoly, dude, what am I going to do? This thing is like, oh my God. I'm just like new here, dude. Come on, give me a break, guys. And I think it has a big theme of showing us that we can't do it alone. So guys, it's a really good movie. I do recommend this movie. That's why I'm going to give Superman Man of Tomorrow an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Till next time, guys.
Hey, yeah, boy.